In front of the stairs that led to B deck, they decided to split up. They quickly assigned search areas and went their separate ways. Soon only 2 of them were left. Those 2 were Junpei and June, who had been a few steps behind the others.
Alright, we should go too.
Yeah, let's go. But where should we start?
Let's see. The first class cabin. Wait, no, a casino.
Alright.
Still didn't get our money back.
How about the casino on B deck?
Okay, sounds good. They took off up the stairs at a run. Before they do it, they were there. So was Lotus.
I knew it.
She was leaning against the wall, examining her nails.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
I'm modeling. What does it look like?
Look, we know you got pictures, but
I'm not a model. The camera just turned on by itself.
I know, right?
She glanced up at him, unimpressed.
Isn't it oh wait, that's Snake's voice. What am I doing? Isn't it obvious? I'm looking for Snake in my nails.
I'm just not saying it.
Really? Maybe you need to look harder at my nails.
Up from her bust.
Junpei didn't
Yes.
think that was the problem.
Oh, by the way, I've got a proposal for you two. Care to hear it?
Wedding proposal?
Let's just listen to what she has
Just
to
refuse
say.
and leave.
Oh,
What
come
is-
on.
Well, I don't like to be around the bush, so I'll get right to it. Why don't we team up?
You can't trust her.
Team up.
Yeah, what do you need me to... You need me to explain it to you?
I'm saying, why don't we go through a numbered door?
Even if we wanted to, that's impossible.
Why?
Jumpy's bracelet number is 5, mine is 6, and yours is 8. Our digital route would be 1. More math, blah. But there's no number 1 door in the large hospital room. The only doors there are 3, 7, and 6, and 8. Blah.
There's still Santa.
Then we add another person.
Huh? Who?
What? Isn't that easy? 7.
She was right. If they added 7, more math, then the 4 of them could go through the number 8 door.
No. No.
But
Hold on a sec. That ain't number 3. And what about the other 4?
Why don't you add them up?
that was simple enough. Blah blah blah. 1.
Blah 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 blah. The digital route for those 4 would be 1.
That's
right.
Sorry,
And
Mama, you can go.
You know
it's
the
fine.
number 1 door isn't in the big hospital room, right?
Of course I know
Of course
that.
I know that.
No, are you saying you leave them behind?
Of course not. What kind of woman do you think I am?
A bitch.
Oh! Once we get off this ship, we could come back and rescue them, couldn't we? Then we wouldn't really be leaving them behind.
Don't try to lie to us. I don't think you do anything of the sort.
Well, of course I wouldn't. Really? Why do you think that?
You remember, don't you? We have less than 5 hours left. Even if we manage to escape, there's no way we could come back to rescue them in less than 5 hours.
Well, you know, you never know until you try.
Okay, now here's the issue here. Why are you proposing we team up with you, bitch?
Well,
Why the
so
fuck
I
do they trust
throw
you?
you in front of me if... I can use you as a meat shield, obviously.
Why does everyone want to kill Junpei? You're not thinking this through.
Seriously.
Even if we brought 7 with us, we wouldn't be able to get off the ship. The 4 of us couldn't open door 9. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Yeah, that's right. The digital route for us 4 will be 8, so we'd have to add Ace to make 9.
Right. Unless we bring Ace too, we'll be stuck.
Lotus scratched the back of her ear.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, that's unfortunate.
She didn't sound particularly bothered by what Junpei said, nor did she seem particularly surprised. Well, let's try and find another way, okay? A way to get out of here with all 8 of us.
That's impossible. Are you being serious? You do know that only 5 people at most can go through one of the numbered doors, right? The number 9 isn't gonna be an exception to that rule. Regardless, at least 3 people will get left behind.
You're right, that is true.
The moment he said it, Junpei felt a chill run down his spine. It was true. How Lotus could remain cavalier about so terrifying a prospect was beyond him. When they found the number 9, they would have to choose which 3 of them would die. Lotus's forehead furrowed.
Do you think I could have a moment alone?
What happened to looking for Snake?
There are some things I need to think about, like my nails.
Man, what a bitch.
Junpei and June turned and began walking away from Lotus. Talking to her had left them feeling ill. Junpei's heart felt heavy and his steps sluggish. But he told himself pessimism would get them nowhere.
Okay, just calling it now. Lotus isn't the real bad one. It's like gonna be Snake or Clover, or someone who seems like innocent. I definitely Snake in my opinion. He's too suspicious.
Yeah, definitely Snake.
Snake is definitely mafia.
7, he knows too much. He looks like this really huge tough guy, but he's actually like super smart.
Yeah.
Bane is
Lotus
obviously
might
bad.
be a jerk, but that's way too obvious.
Alright. So he forced himself to smile and turned to June.
Let's just fucking finding Snake for now, okay?
Yes, you're right. We can think about those other things later. Junpei nodded.
Alright. Where should we go next? Let's see. The hallway with all the rooms. Let's go back downstairs and check out the hallway with all the doors.
They took off at a run down the stairs. Ahead of them, farther down the hallway, they spotted Ace.
Hey, brother! Snake! Where are you, brother? Answer me if you dare. I'm gonna suplex you.
Junpei paused.
Let's see. Let's run to Ace.
With June in tow, Junpei jogged up to Ace. Hearing their footsteps, he turned to greet them.
Hello there, brother. Snake is... Well, that's obvious, isn't it? I assume you haven't found him yet either, brother.
This is probably the only person I trust.
Thanks, brother.
I really wonder where he could have gone.
Well, where he disappeared to, we must find him as quickly as we can. For Clover's sake. Because we really care about the girl, right? Yeah.
Right. June's face looked kinda enraptured.
By the way, do you think Clover and Snake are really siblings? Kind of questionable.
Well then, she's blushing too.
Why would you say that, brother?
Why would you say that? The question seemed somehow odd to Junpei.
Why? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? They don't look alike at all.
Okay, that's rude, first of all. One of them could be adopted. You know? You're rude, Junpei.
Thanks.
Ace looked at him for a moment, and then spoke.
Yes, you know, now that you mention it, they don't, and that's supposed to be the deciding factor, apparently, for some reason. Good job, brother.
Now that you mention it.
Still, there are a great many siblings who do not look like one another, you dumb fuck, brother. It certainly isn't rare.
Junpei wasn't sure why, or even if he was seeing what he thought he was, but he could have sworn that Ace's face tightened as he spoke.
Is June going to be making that same face over and over here?
Yeah.
What is she looking at right now?
She's looking at Ace's toned abs.
Well, fuck, the two.
You're sure she's looking a bit lower?
Oh, please stop staring like that, brother. At any rate, we really must find Snake as soon as possible, brother. The clock is ticking. We really can't afford to waste any time. Very well. Let's get back to the search. Sorry. You can leave this area to me.
Alright, let's go, Jumpy. At June's urging, they left.
Junpei's got some competition.
I have a 3.
I'm gonna fuck her before you, Junpei.
He's like 30 years older than her.
Oh god, he's too old for her.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's your theory, Rem?
Okay. So, I think that guy has issues with, like a brother or sister of his, and it might come up later. I don't know.
Interesting.
Or maybe he's a dad who adopted children.
Holy shit, maybe he's their father? Oh my god.
Yes!
Stop making that face at my crotch, please. Please stop.
Okay,
God.
they found themselves back at the stairs, but Junpei's mind was in turmoil. There was so much to think about, but no, it would have to be put aside for now. As Ace had said, finding Snake was their top priority. Junpei did his best to clear his mind. Alright, where should we go next?
Let's see. We already went to the casino. How about the first class cabin?
Yeah, living in luxury.
We'll go there. Yeah, let's go check out the first class cabin.
Okay. Okay, I'm coming with you. They turned and headed toward B-Deck.
This is like a more deadly version of Phoenix Wright.
Not really.
Well, the gameplay, kind of.
Hey,
Not-
gameplay.
Outside
Oh,
of,
well.
Oh, what gameplay?
outside of the first class cabin, they found Clover. She was standing in front of the wall.
Heck yeah.
She was staring at a meaningless point on the wall, her eyes blank.
Talk to her. Are you alright, little girl?
He did his best to sound friendly, but Clover didn't respond.
Look, I know you're very worried, but, your head or all of ours?
He could think of no words to say that didn't sound hollow and fake. Junpei hesitated. Clover was so consumed by worry and fear that Junpei feared it would crush her. Her actions didn't surprise him. She had suddenly lost her brother, who she seemed to have been very close to.
Alone.
Her voice was thin and barely audible.
Alone. Alone. I said leave me alone!
Suddenly she was screaming.
You're so annoying! Just go away and leave me alone! Just looking at you guys is pissing me off! Go away, okay? Just go somewhere else! Stop bothering me!
Junpei was taken aback. Such anger and hate. June's eyes had gone wide with surprise as well.
Why are you still here? Didn't you hear me? Fine, forget it. If you two are not gonna leave, then I'll just
Kill you right here and right now.
put an end to that, motherfucker.
Fight me in the pit!
I'll fight you. I'll wreck you, son.
Alright, that's June.
Yeah. They turned and left Clover. As they did, Junpei glanced back over his shoulder to see Clover wiping tears from her face. Clover had driven home the misery of their situation, but Junpei told himself that getting depressed would get him nowhere but depressed. For Clover's sake, they had to find Snake, and fast. He did his best to push away the misery and depression, and forced a smile.
So I think we should go next. Wait, who's Junpei asking? He's clearly going to decide himself.
Yeah, I don't know.
June.
Let's see, well, let's see, I guess go back to the large hospital room. Let's head back to the large hospital room.
I love how he asks the question and then answers it himself.
That's exactly what I was making fun of.
Yeah. Alright, that's probably the best idea. Together they ran down the stairs. On their way to the large hospital room, Junpei and June noticed Santa standing next to the number 3 door. Junpei paused.
Ho, ho, ho.
Talk to him.
Junpei and June walked up to Santa.
What are you doing?
Wrapping presents. What?
Like it's Bob.
Can't tell. I'm checking out the red. It's very pretty.
Why? Is there something bothering you?
What, it's not bothering you?
Huh?
The guts of this red. Why wouldn't you wonder who the hell put it back here?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm curious too, but...
Who do you think did it?
Santa's eyes narrowed as he looked at June. She shook her head. I don't know.
Well, what about you, Junpei? Who do you think fixed this thing for us? It's like a Christmas present.
I'm sorry.
Let's see here.
Whoa, that
snake.
last one is super interesting. Like, holy shit. There's a spy on this
Whichever
thing.
one gets us to the 3 door.
Well, obviously it was 0.
Which one? Wait, which one are we picking?
Whichever one gets us to the 3 door.
0
Doesn't
or
make a
someone other
difference.
than 8 of
Okay.
us?
Solid snake.
0?
0.
Someone else?
I fixed it. Oh, fine.
Someone else.
Alright.
Oh, whoops, how did I get there?
What did you do? Alright.
It's interesting. It might be someone other than the 8 of them, but like...
Can we save this and then see all the answers?
We'll
No.
go through this multiple times, so
Okay.
you can pick different
Amazing.
choices in the future. Which one do you want to go with?
Well, it's just someone other than the 8 of them. I know I was saying
Yeah.
snake.
Alright.
Maybe there's someone else on the ship with us.
You mean someone hiding here? Like me?
Yeah. Like Bane. I mean, it's just an idea, but maybe
The
Bane.
elves.
And you're saying that mystery person fixed the rats?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Ah. That's I don't know.
Santa shoved his hands into his pockets and cracked his knuckles.
Seems unlikely.
I'm gonna beat you up now.
Santa's got something coming for you, and it's not just a lump of coal.
Oh god.
Just a feeling. Hard to believe Zero'd bring in a secret 10th player when he's so obsessed with 9s. I mean, the name of the game is The Nonnery Game, for Christ's sake. You know what nonnery means, right? It's not
Nope.
honorary. It means 9.
No, that's not what I meant, dumbass. I mean, more like someone who's been living here for a long time. Like a hobo. Or something like dating.
A
Hobo.
nautical hobo.
Seriously? Fuck you. That's even more ridiculous.
But you wanna fight right here?
Why do you think Zero would leave him alone? This is not
Maybe
Five
it's
Nights
their
at
blood on the
Santa's.
wall.
Junpei furrowed his brow.
So in other words, one of us is the person who fixed the red.
Santa grinned.
Bingo. We have a winner, and it's me. I'm Santa. I always win.
But if that's true, the person who did it doesn't want the rest of us to know. They fixed the red.
Obviously.
Yep,
But why?
no idea. Maybe if they come clean on that, it means we'd find out something else. Something bad.
Something bad, you say?
I'm gonna say June, Lotus, or Snake.
Dunno.
June's a psychopath!
What?
Yes!
Look at her,
So
she's so
obvious.
worried about everything.
Junpei, I'm going to kill you!
Dunno. But whatever it is, it's gotta be worth hiding.
I'll
Of
keep
course.
you my dirty little secret.
It could have something to do with Snake's disappearance.
Oh shit.
You think maybe they did something to Snake? June, what did you do?
It's not out of the question. You kept rolling snake eyes. One too many times.
Junpei stared at Santa. There was something about him that made Junpei wary. At first he'd assumed the other man wasn't terribly clever, but Junpei was beginning to think he would need to reevaluate that assessment.
Why would you think that? He's so calm and collected.
When Santa spoke again, his voice was quiet.
Look, if you trust anybody in this game, you're gonna lose. You've gotta be careful. This person you trust the most could turn out to be the one who stabs you in the back. Hey!
Holy shit! Pandas, that's exactly what you say in Mafia!
With that
Oh my
depressing
God.
suggestion, he turned and
beautiful.
quietly walked away. Junpei and June looked at one another and smiled awkwardly.
So, which one of us is gonna kill the other?
Pretty much.
I stab you with a dick and then a knife. That's how it works.
Shit.
Alright,
I think we've finished searching.
they looked everywhere they could think of, but Snake was nowhere to be found.
And before they find his mangled body somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Lotus looked around at 6 frustrated faces and spoke.
We can't keep looking for Snake. Wherever he is, he's not here.
He's probably hiding in a cardboard box.
He's hiding under the bed. Ho ho
Oh my
ho.
goodness.
Oh gosh.
He's in the chimney.
But
We need to
under
get
which
moving.
bed?
Junpei couldn't disagree with what she was saying. Snake seemed to have completely disappeared. There was no point to wasting any more time. The others seemed to be having similar thoughts, but they stayed silent. Finally, 7 spoke.
We don't get a choice.
Wait, holy shit, what if it's one of the first 5 doors?
Shut
They
up.
wouldn't
What
check
is
those.
right? We're not gonna find Snake.
Wait, what do you mean by the first 5 doors?
Like, they were gonna, look for the doors, right? And then they were like, hey, you guys already checked, like, 5 of those fucking doors, man, like, you know, so let's check all these other ones. What if it's, like, one of those? Because no one would try to look there.
Point is, we're not gonna find Snake. There's a problem, though. We gotta figure out who's gonna go through which door.
Yeah. I have a proposal. 7, would you marry me?
Aww.
She walked back and
What's
forth
that
against the
right here?
floor, her heels clicking against the wood. Finally, she stopped.
You know, you're big. I have big boobs. Why don't Why don't we decide on one person to sacrifice to the elder gods?
Sacrifice.
Well, perhaps that's a bit of a harsh word, but yes. You've all figured it out by now, haven't you?
It's gonna be you, Lotus. Because you're the one who made the goddamn proposal.
We can't all make it through those doors. If we split into 2 teams of 4 and 3 people respectively, then 3 people will be left behind. If we split into 2 teams of 5 and 2 people respectively, then 2 people will be left behind.
2 people.
But
can't
if
get
we
through the
split
door,
into 2 groups of
dumbass.
3 and leave 1 person out, then only 1 person will be left behind.
Not sure.
Yeah, not sure.
Junpei wasn't quite sure that was true.
Wait a minute. 2 people get left behind. If we split into 5 and 2, and 1 person left behind, if we split into 3, 3, 1, I got that part. We can't go through the numbered doors with any less than 3 people. If we split into 4 and 3, then why do 3 people have to be left behind?
Yeah, Lotus.
Well,
Oh, sorry. Let's say we go through door 7 with 1, 4, 5, 6. Who's left over?
that would be 3, 7, 8.
What's the digital root for that?
I fucking swear.
I know, I'm not reading it. Go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Door 9 isn't here, right? That means 3, 7, 8 won't be going anywhere. That was just an example, of course. There are a lot of different combinations, but the result will always be the same. Doesn't matter which 4 it is, the 3 that are left over can go through any of the doors.
Why can't we go through door number 3?
Go ahead and calculate if you have the time. You'll
Try
see.
looking in Santa. You won't win.
Anyway, that's how it is!
Now, if we go back to my proposal, we only have to sacrifice 1 person if we split into 3, 3, and 1.
When 7 spoke, his voice was strained.
Then you're saying we gotta decide who's gonna stay behind.
Yes, we do. Given our circumstances, it's logically and morally the best solution. But then again, I don't really care about morals. If the other 6 were to survive, then 1 person would have to sacrifice themselves.
Let's sacrifice
No, that's too
dogs.
cruel.
What's so cruel about it?
To just sacrifice someone like that.
Then what's your plan?
We sacrifice you.
Ha! Maybe we should sacrifice 2 people instead of just 1.
That's not what I meant. We shouldn't sacrifice anyone.
I told you that's impossible. Wake up!
Whoa, calm down, you two.
Irony.
Santa stepped between Lotus and June.
Look, what Lotus is trying to say is that you should aim to bring the greatest amount of happiness to the greatest amount of people, right?
Exactly. That's how democracy works. And for that reason, I think the only fair way to decide who will be sacrificed is through a vote.
And for that reason, I think it's only fair if I survive, because I bring happiness to thousands of children.
What do you think?
No, that's terrible.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking anyone who agrees with me, obviously, so shut up. What about you, Santa?
Me? Well, I agree, I guess.
That's 1 vote for... Counting mine, that's 2. 7.
I can't say I agree with you, but we don't exactly have a choice. If you don't do something, we're all gonna die, and I don't want to die.
Glad to see you get it.
If we can get 1 more vote, then it's decided.
What about you,
What about
Clo-
you, Clover? Every single time, Rem.
Clover had moved away from the group and was sitting on one of the beds. Her whole body drooped. Junpei didn't know if she'd even heard Lotus's proposal. Lotus walked over to Clover and gently laid a hand on her shoulder.
Your brother has to be behind one of the numbered doors. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't find him. You realize this, right? It doesn't mean he has to have gone through one of... Doesn't that mean he has to have gone through one of them somehow?
He needs a group, though.
Clover slowly lifted her face.
That means he's dead.
Let's go look for him
I was
together,
just
okay?
about to say that.
If we sacrifice 1 person, then we can go look for him. You agree with me, right?
Clover nodded once.
The motion carries.
What a bitch!
Lotus spun around and walked toward Junpei.
Boobs jiggling in the breeze. Now, let's start vote 2.
That won't be necessary, brother.
Ace had barely spoken for Lotus's entire speech, and everyone jumped a little.
Who's doing that?
6 pairs of eyes turned to look at him.
Like a nerd.
He didn't seem to notice or even care.
I will stay, brother. That should solve our problem, yes?
Oh, shit.
Yeah!